Okay, doke. So, I just want to tell you something very quickly before I go into this. Um, Especially on these kind of events when there is fundamentals involved. That falls under in order for us to trade something like this, we need to fall under forecasting. And forecasting is pretty much um, very hard to do, and it's best done with a crystal ball. That's the best way to do forecasting. You get a crystal ball, you sit there, you put some smoke, light some candles, and try to predict the market. If you don't have a crystal ball that works like magic and actually gives you indications of if you're the most beautiful person in the world or not, well, then you need to fall down to facts. So what I'm trying to tell you here right now is that we need to deal with facts and not forecasting the future. That stuff is based on luck, so we can get the basics involved and try to understand what's happening with the market, and that way we can try to predict it, but with facts, not with guessing. And because everyone can say the NFP is going to be good, and then it's good, and then you see I told you so, and then you ask the person, how did you know? Because that's the most important and most beautiful question. I mean, that question, whenever you have somebody telling you something that you think is BS, or let's say somebody saying something about you, all you have to do is ask them the $1 million question, and that's, how do you know? Do you have facts behind that? And people will tell you nonsense. They'll tell you, well, the figures on Forex Factory said this, and that's BS. Figures on Forex Factory never made anyone money. And even if they did, those people were trading on luck. And as we all know, luck is something that doesn't really work very well in this industry. So what I'm going to try and do is work out on the GBP for a second here. And I'm going to go on the line chart, and I'm going to try and see how we can use technicals to anticipate the movement in the market. Okay, I want you to pay attention just very quickly on the 1 month, on the purple candle, and I want you to see the last time it touches twice. Here's one and here's two. We have a clear indication of a really long-term head and shoulders. So this move could have been kind of predicted due to technical analysis. Now, I'm not telling you just to focus on technicals. Absolutely not. What you need to do is focus on both. But I'm telling you not to try and predict and guess the future. If you're gonna guess what's gonna happen with this event right now, well, then you're pretty much fighting a losing battle, and I promise you're gonna end up losing money. And really, I don't want you to lose money. So let's forget about that, and let's focus on what matters. And that's the only thing we can do right now is either not trade whatsoever. Trade based on technicals, wait for the fundamentals to be done, anticipate what's going on, and not open positions just because it's going to be red or green. Okay, so why we need to open positions? If you ever open a position based on the figures of the NFP, you could be massively mistaken. Has anybody ever seen the NFP be really positive and the dollar to go down, to become weak, or really negative but the dollar to gain strength? Has anybody seen that before? Or any other kind of news? Yeah, you see, so it happens, and it happens plenty of times. And good, Lisa. And I know other people have seen it as well. And I've had questions like that before. They're like, well, why the hell is this happening? Well, I'm going to tell you. Because even though hey, Craig, welcome back. So even though the numbers were negative, the U.S. economy still grew. So even if today's numbers become very negative, the U.S. economy is still growing. The employment is actually growing, not the economy. So the numbers are going to be out in just about 21 minutes. We can see this best if we do this. If you just go on the 30-minute chart, and here it is, 21 minutes and 36 seconds. but we'll do that a bit later so we can understand what could be happening. Right now, I just want to go back to the daily and see what can be done here. We've shown a couple of patterns. Euro USD is giving us the best indications of going upwards, but so are many other pairs. But this is all technical, and that can all change in a second. So right now, I do not want to go near the money, and I don't want the money to go near me. And what I mean by this is I do not want to open any trades. These are tiny little trades that we open together, so just forget about those. That's a pack of cigarettes in some countries that can be lost here, so it's not a problem. What we need to do is basically try to understand what's happening with the market and basically open positions, or this we're going to decide later on when we have more facts. Right now we just have technical factors, and they're pretty good. They're pretty good. They're not amazing, but they're pretty good. So we're going to wait and see what can be done. This is Euro USD, GBP USD. In the meantime, does anybody have any questions for me or any ideas? Kato has noticed a head and shoulders forming on US dollar CHF. Yes, it does look like it. We'll just have to wait a little bit more, but it does look like it. I'm just telling you why we need to wait is because if this continues going up, then it's not. But you're right, it could be created soon. But you see that's just another forming, right? Well, you did say forming, so you're correct. My bad. Kiri is asking if it's okay to leave his cable trade open for the non-farm payrolls. If you do have your stop losses in there and they're not going to hurt you much, yes, you're okay to leave it open. There might be some slippage, so instead of losing $25, you might lose $35. That's called slippage. That's when the movement of the market is too fast and there isn't enough time to fill in the order. So basically, you get quoted a different price. So if it doesn't hurt you much, if you're okay to enjoy your Friday still, even if it goes against you, then leave it. If it's going to cause you to, have sweaty hands and be a little bit pissed off, then just close it. Or close it partially and make your position smaller so your risk can be lower. Kato, that's a good spot, yes. And this is just another reason why I'm saying the technicals could go against the dollar here and actually push it even lower than it was before. Even gold is creating a bearish flag. You see that this is a spike, and then we're creating, you see, here's the bottom, and then we have this, and that's a bearish flag. You see? Right there, that's a bearish flag, indicating that price would head higher. These are all technicals. And believe me, many times the technicals actually, and when they support the fundamentals, we could see some really interesting moves today. So, yeah. We also have passed our moving average, which is a pretty strong support and resistance at many times, as you see here, even here. and now we've broken it and we're pretty much heading over it. So it really could be a very strong indication of us having an excellent trade setup here. Anyway, look, many times we'll be wrong, but the most important thing is, like I said, when we're wrong, we need to be wrong small. When we're right, we need to be right big. So that's what's important, and that's what we need to make the most of. Excuse me, everyone, I just need to drink my pills very quickly. So who has positions open right now? There's quite a few people in this session. Who has positions open on their live or demo accounts? I know that Kiri has, I know that Pavi has. Anybody else? Okay, so we have a Euro CHF buy up 15 pips. That's very good. We have GBP USD buy. Lisa, where do you have positions open? We just have just about 14 minutes and 40 seconds left. That's good. That's good, Peter. That's a good trade. Lisa, what about you? Where are your positions? USD JPY and Euro USD. What are you doing? You're selling USD JPY and you're buying Euro USD? Euro USD buy. Okay, Lisa's doing that, what I said. Then we have Euro USD buy, GBP USD buy, Euro GBP sell, AUD NZD sell. And NZD USD, AUD NZD should be a good one. You should have some profits there, right? Oh, that's a really good one. Is this the signal that we sent out? Did we send this out? Kiri, did you receive this from us, the sell, or no? No, okay. Because this is an excellent setup here. This is going to continue going down. What do you mean, where did I get the moving averages from? To show up on this here? I save it. I press save template. And then I go trend and I save it. And then when I open, let's say I open this over here, I will just go here and choose trend, and then I'll go daily chart. There's no quotes on this one. No, here it is. Okay, so there they are. See? And then you can just scroll through symbols. You can just do this and just go anywhere, and you'll have them there. Is this what you're asking? Okay, so you can do it that way. It's actually really, it's that's why I love this platform. It's just so quick and simple and easy. So if this level is broken, I'm telling you we can be buying GBP CAD. Okay, if the red level, the 55-day moving average is broken, and we are creating a bullish flag, which could indicate that GBP CAD could head higher. Okay, what are we on? 10 minutes and 45 seconds. You see, we have a channel over here. Channels usually provide pretty strong moves once they get broken, and we have a channel on New Zealand US dollar, and once if this here is broken, and obviously it will either head higher or go lower. Once that's done, well, then we can see pretty big moves happening in this specific pair. Like I said, we do have the purple line over here, the 987 moving average, and just hold on just a minute. Yeah, but you see, Peter, that's what I'm telling you. Depending on where you are, okay. Like I said, this is the reason I'm telling people, and this is the best example. Uh, Peter says that on his MT4 on gold, the last 5 days are under the 987, and on the C Trader it shows it above. Now, this is what I'm telling you. Each provider is receiving different market information, basically quotes. So all indicators pretty much become nonsense because they're different everywhere. Do you understand? You see, this is what I've been saying for so long. Now, what's more important to note is knowing where that information comes from. I know with confidence where my information comes from to the chart, so then I'm fine. If it's coming from, let's say, like a normal provider where it's a market maker, where it's Bloomberg or Reuters or things like that, well then, I don't want to receive that information for personal reasons. I rather just deal with the bank that I'm receiving my information from. The quotes, because we're executing with them. Okay, now volatility will start increasing when we're already almost in the last 5 minutes. There's just about 7 minutes and 23 seconds right now left. So I gave you the information in the session earlier, what basically we're expecting from this NFP. I'm not going to go into it again because from the time I'm going to start speaking until I finish, the NFP will already be over. So I'd rather just focus on what's most important, and that's the movement of the market. Technically speaking, like we said, it looks like the dollar will be negative. However, that can always change. The NFP has come out stronger for some time now, right? So I think it's just a matter of time before it drops down, just like the ADP did. So we have pretty strong results. Only on February 5th, the last time it came out under 200,000. But, since November 2015, we've been seeing 200 plus K. Even at some points, almost 300,000 new jobs being added. So that's pretty big. So let's see what happens today. It's going to be interesting. I'm not going to be speaking much right now. I'm just going to pretty much be waiting. We are at 5 minutes and 23 seconds again. So almost there. Again, if anybody has any positions open that will hurt you, make your Friday not as good as it was if it goes against you, then either cut down your positions, what I mean cut down, partially close them, add in your stops, or fully close them and just so you can live to fight another day. Because that's what's most important, thinking logically and not with that gambling mindset. I've said this before, and many other successful traders and investors have said this, and that's investing should be watching like paint dry. If you want excitement, go to Las Vegas. Oh, Lisa, the recording was already out. Is already out. It's on the YouTube page. But we'll send the recordings of all previous sessions from this week. They're all on YouTube, so they're all uploaded. 2 hours ago it was uploaded. You're very welcome. You make me smile, Peter. You make me smile and laugh. So I didn't forget about the connections, by the way. What times is best to trade different pairs? I just didn't send the NFP email out. I made a video of it. So the other two things are coming to you later on today. Okay, 2 minutes and 30. Does anybody have any interesting plans? Perhaps for today, tomorrow? Peter's already enjoying his weekend. Does anybody have anything interesting they're going to be doing? Perhaps any books they're reading or parties they're going to, or I don't know, whatever you all people like to do. You got a third birthday. Wow. Yeah, Sunday. I know, Kato. I know. Kato's going to Greece. Yes, it actually is Mother's Day. Yeah, you're totally right. Okay, 1 minute and 5 seconds. Let's watch it move a little bit now. Like I told you before, average hourly earnings is the one that we, uh, well, unless NFP has a massive move down or up in figures, I'm speaking. Our average our hourly earnings will also be important because it measures inflation a little bit more. Okay, we're the last 30 seconds right now. 10 and 5 and 3 and 2 and 1, and we're out. Negative 160. You see, the fundamentals and technicals sometimes just do push together, so. Average hourly earnings came out the same, zero point 0.3, NFP 160, but the US economy still grew, which indicates that this could actually go down. The only reason why I don't believe it's going to go down is due to the technicals involved. But as you see, the price is stagnating here, not pushing enough. Unless we have a push very soon upwards, you're going to see this drop back down. Okay, so it needs to push because you see it's kind of staying and it's not breaking the level. This is Euro USD, this is GBP USD, Euro JPY staying, sorry, Euro GBP staying. USD JPY should have dropped nicely. Yes, it has. We had open positions there and we have open positions here. Do we get out? Do we not get out? Um, Not sure yet. Well, it's not breaking the levels, so go, Craig, go. Oh, we'll talk later. So our figures were more or less correct, but you see that there's not such a big impact because the job market is still growing. 160K is still fine. Um, Private employment dropped, unemployment rate stayed steady. Average hourly earnings actually grew from the previous time. It was zero point 0.2 before, now it's zero point 0.3 as the forecast is. So we will not see much happening, and even as you see, there's not much. There's really not much. Look at USD CAD, didn't even move. It's dropping a little bit downwards, but nothing serious. This is still down. This is down a little. So the biggest impact is here, and that's pretty much nothing. So that shows you that there are bigger pictures in the markets as well, and there is much more that will be happening. So there is no reason to keep going with the session. There will be the market will be affected because the US sessions just opened, so we can expect volatility till about 6 p.m. GMT, maybe 7 p.m. GMT, and after that we'll probably cut down on the volatility. The next webinar will be on Monday. You will receive an email for it for sure. It will be on Monday. There are recordings from just a second. I'm just going to send it to everyone. from this week's webinars, including the one today, yesterday, and Monday. So I'm just going to send this to you guys now. Just a moment. Yes, that is very correct. All webinars contain live signals, yes. We did give a signal from the previous one today for buy here. We said buy here, and yeah, that's it. I will, Lisa. I wish everybody a very nice rest over this weekend. Really enjoy it. Make the most of it. And we will talk. We will all talk on Monday. In the meantime, you will all receive an email on Sunday latest for the new workshops of next week. And like I said, the courses are coming, and they're coming by the end of this month. Much more is coming with that as well. So I thank you all. If anybody has a question, just type in something quick before I start shutting down. It's good to see you here, Heather. It's really good to see you. Okay, so everyone have an excellent weekend. Thank you, Kato. We will speak before you leave on Sunday. Peter, thanks. Have a good night. Everybody, take care. All the best to your loved ones and yourselves, and I will see you all pretty soon. So I respect you, I love you, and take care of yourselves. I'm ending this webinar right now. Goodbye now.